ค What we do here is go back.
น้องๆข้ามไม่ได้ พี่ๆเขาจะช่วยไหมหมายโฟร์โมส
No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy made up of these three words that I must say to you. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. No summer's high, no warm July, no harvest moon to light one tender August night, no autumn breeze, no falling leaves, not even time for birds to fly to southern skies, no Libra sun, no Halloween, no giving thanks to all the Christmas joy you bring. But what it is, though oh so new, to fill your heart like no three words could ever do. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care about you. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, of my heart, of my heart.
We're the lonely generation, a pixelated version of ourselves, empty conversations. I'm disconnected now, I'm by myself. Here we are, left behind. Looking through a screen makes you feel alright. Another day, another dime. Looking in the wrong place for something right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Looking in the wrong place for something right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Looking in the wrong place for something right. We're the lonely generation.
Welcome to Relax Time Radio, broadcast nightly from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai.
Hey, welcome to Relax Time Radio.
Hey, welcome to Relax Time Radio on Wednesday. Today is the 24th of June, 2020.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed the moment that I always mess it up with like 2012.
Yeah. So, how are you doing,
I
DJ Bhummy?
made it up.
You doing good?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great actually, but a little bit busy during this time because now it seems like everything is just get back in the normal way of life, and the school is open, the university is open, and then everyone just prepare for a new normal.
Yeah.
The old new normal. How to say that?
Yeah, the old new normal.
The
Whatever
old
you
new
want to call
normal.
it. Yeah. Still technically we still have to wear a mask when we go somewhere, so it's not really back to normal yet, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, when you mentioned about the second wave, and I think like if it still keeps doing, hygiene, and also wear a mask, clean your hands quite often, and then everything should be fine. We're just trying to stick on that. Yes.
I didn't clean my hand yet.
Not yet. Oh my God.
Yeah, I
That's
just cleaned my hand.
dangerous.
In case wave 2 comes back.
In every situation, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drink coffee. Yes. So how have you been? Like,
Yeah,
what
doing-
excited? What anything exciting from last week?
Well, I've been busy with just trying to set up the new normal's work for the upcoming next month. But speaking in terms of radio station, and us being online 93.25, we're
Yes.
starting the first. So basically, next show will be back into the studio for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could.
Can I have a clap?
I
Very
could
loud.
I could see you now, like in person, and not
Not on virtual. I mean,
Yeah.
it's me anyway. Maybe more beautiful than the real person because of the light,
the
and
lighting, the
then
application.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, on the phone is the best because it detects all of your, like some pigment. How to say that? Like all of the acne on your face. You
Yeah.
cannot really see on the phone.
Yeah.
It depends on the quality of the phone as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have like the actual good quality webcam, so I can see everything, even my pimple and everything, right? So yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the real
so
me.
real.
That's the real me.
Oh,
It's okay. Cannot
I don't
use
know. Like
application.
if that's good for you, it's not.
It's the real
No,
me.
it's all-
I'm happy.
yes.
Yeah. So that's why I want.
It's all you. Yes.
That's why I just want to get your opinion, and also could be and everybody else listening in right now. As we know, like some people grow up halfway to the social media world, and most of the kids now growing up, right? They got their smartphone in their hand, starting from when they're 7 or 8 years old, or even younger, and they're just browsing the internet and seeing things that what we call trend, and it's everywhere.
trend.
Every single platform, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, there's always a trend. Okay, so this trend is what I want to talk about in today's topic and see what your views is too. So the trends are making changes within us. Okay, so if you are to not work and then spending, like you're making your own food, you're making everything yourself, right? And you're not even paying attention to the style of clothing or the brand name, let's say like the car that you drive, the motorcycle that you drive, and most importantly, the makeup that you choose. If you're not able to use any of that, how do you feel? Like, that's like back, we call that like reverse back in the past, and we would be like in Stone Age, right?
Yes.
Would you be
No,
would you
I
be
have
happy
no
with
clue.
that? No.
I think sometime we want something to cover the truth. I mean, so I think if there is no option, I mean, probably we just don't use it. But I think people will create something new anyway because people like to get younger, look younger, for example, because it's show after the desire, the real human that we like to. I mean, the reason why, like for example, the products of a woman or man nowadays that they want to reduce wrinkle, they want to be like the skin will be brighter, grower, is
Right.
because we want to attract another,
Uh-huh.
the opposite gender, because
Oh,
we want to
right.
produce our generation,
Mm-hmm.
our population, our children, for example. So I think people like we human will try to find some way to beautify ourselves to attract
Right.
in terms of their scientific reasons, not just only the desire only.
Scientific scientific reason why
Oh yeah,
the opposite.
yeah.
That
You you hear that and you feel better
yeah, and
when you dress up.
yeah.
It's just like, okay, this is
Do,
because I want to keep
yeah.
my generation.
Right, but that's also the selling point, as someone
Yes.
who are looking for marketing tools or, like going many, many hours um, doing a lot of marketing research into looking how they can sell their products. So I come up with an idea of looking back into the past until now, and you have your trend, and that's a selling point. And you just basically speak the truth about selling point, because the selling point that you said is to be attractive,
Yes.
to make others attract you, and you
Yes.
attract them, kind of thing, or maybe you choose or something, right? So
Well,
you're,
yes.
you're right about that. You're right about that, and it's a very important thing. That's why smartphone now have cameras that can make you look so beautiful, but it's not yourself. It's not yourself,
Yes.
right? Because either
I mean,
way,
it's something you just see yourself look beautiful. You look great about yourself, even though it's more like it's it's lie to you, but you feel
yeah,
great
it's
because of that.
yeah. But don't
Yeah.
don't we don't like liars though? Like we always talk about how if we are to find someone that we love, and we're like, yeah, I just want someone that don't lie. But to start off, you shouldn't lie to yourself first.
Uh-huh.
You lie to yourself that you're beautiful, but that's a lie, right? Because you are actually beautiful already. You're not beautiful. You are beautiful. You're not going outside wearing different clothes, having good makeup. It's image, okay? Other people are gonna view you either way. They're still gonna have a, like some people, your friends, they're always supporting you. They're always gonna say good things about
Yes.
you. But
Yes.
what about other people that you don't know? Look at her.
It's very I mean subjective. I mean, like, how to say that, like, it's when you say beautiful, I just taught my student beautiful is more like abstract, so you cannot really identify what beautiful is actually is. It's just your preference and how the way that you look at things, and so that why people like different style of people. Like, you don't have to have the same specific qualification of the woman. But I think the most important thing about people to attract another gender, another person, is to be confident. And that's supposed to be real, like confident that you really feel firm. It's not because you're fake, or like wearing makeup, for example, to cover, or just wearing a lot of jewelry. If you don't feel like you fit it with the materials that you decorate on yourself, you will feel like it's imbalance between the inner confidence and outer confidence that you try to present and try to, how to say, convince others to believe you. But you will feel the difference between like trying to be confident and they are confident. And we've been discussed about this qualification of the person quite often. Yes, you, like, at the beginning that we organized the show together, you mentioned about like building the confidence as well.
Yep.
Can you repeat that for our audiences?
Building
I mean, do you have
confidence?
any trick
Oh, to build confidence in
or
yourself?
yes, to build
Yeah.
confidence
Oh, you
for
know what?
yourself?
Speaking of that, like,
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching. It's really popular. Like I said, trending, right? Trends are something that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not really into currently into style now at the moment. So I've been looking
Mm-hmm.
at politician because it's very
Mm-hmm.
close to the race. And
Uh-huh.
I was watching the free speech. Basically, in the U.S. they call it the rally, and they have many a lot of students who come out into each one of their states, and they're just presenting what how they feel about the country. And I noticed a lot of people they go up there, they're very confident, and then as soon as they spoke something, they say something, you can feel in
Yes.
their voice that it's broken. It's like they're scared. I'm not saying
Yes.
they're scared because there's a lot of people looking, judging. That's like the ball of all fear that's gonna hit you,
Yes.
and your voice is just gonna be bad. It's gonna crack, and you don't feel comfortable after. So you're like, oh,
Yes.
then you're gonna underperform, and you're gonna think, and then you're not gonna be at the moment, right? So building confident, first off, is to actually just stay calm. Like you take a deep breath, maybe 5 6 times for some people, different people. When you take a deep breath, and then you have to just kind of repeat to yourself that everyone is here to listen to you. Okay, so you have to stay calm, and if you're feeling too excited, your voice crack as well. If you're feeling scared, your voice crack. Okay, you have to be really,
And drink more
really,
coffee. No.
you gotta be
I'm
comfortable.
kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. When you go up
No,
there,
I'm just joking. Yeah.
no, I know.
Just like if you're excited, you drink more coffee. Okay,
Do
it's
it.
better to stay calm. And
Stay calm.
another trick.
Stay calm, and just like you take a deep breath, you stay calm, and just remind yourself, thinking in your mind that you're here to make people happy. You're here to because it's your job. What is your job description? Let's say you're MCing. You're here to help other people. You're here to like organize events for other people to come up, right? Like that. And once you have this mindset ready, it's easy. You can close your eye and go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Yeah.
Yes. When you mention about that, like we're talking about building confidence and public speaking
Right.
is the most scary things. And the second most scariest thing that's called to predict, I mean, like, so, I mean, like, because we are emceeing, we are DJing, we
Yeah.
talk a lot and we feel comfortable. Sometimes we just feel that we talk too much and then we want to stop and
Oh
slow
yeah,
down.
yeah.
And for some people, speaking in front of a lot of people is like bring them nerves, like they are really nervous, they cannot talk, maybe they're struggling with pronouncing the words,
Yeah.
and that need to, I mean, if they're nervous, they can practice. I think practice help if they have time and have a chance.
Yeah.
But sometimes when people kind of push you on the stage and okay, then talk, and then I think like for your technique, it's just like landing. We call landing. We stand still,
Yeah.
take a deep breath, like you just said, and then you just try to talk
Mindset,
slowly. I
yeah.
guess
Talk slowly to
just,
mindset.
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
just,
And also,
just to review, what are you going to
yeah.
talk?
And also, I think when we're all nervous and we're all excited, we tend to speak very, 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 very fast. Just so
Yes.
fast. So, if you can tell when someone is nervous or excited. Like it's the same thing, I'm not comparing human to a dog, but when a dog is excited, he moves very fast, his tail is fast, right? You can kind of see that. But again, being in the spotlight, it's not an easy job. It's difficult, right? First off, we go back into our trend. So we need to look as top as we can. So our clothing, our makeup, our looks, things like that. And I disagree with a lot of like when you go learn about this stuff, I've actually seen it. I've actually somebody talked to me about it, and I've seen professional who works in with politician and all that, and now it's different. Things are changing. they aim towards someone like you now, Bhumi. So they aim towards someone who's someone who's got their own characteristic and you know, their own style. They're not aiming for someone who has been trained to, you know, saying all the non-controversial. It's very easy, right? But they're looking for someone who's natural, because if you look at it, that's why I kind of started to follow whatever the US are changing. Like they're changing the world with their presidential race, right? And I noticed that first things first, if you put a non-politician to become a politic, it's the same thing as like you get someone who's a computer programmer to be an MC. He or she is programming. He's not talking. He's thinking all the time, right? So when he's thinking all the time, how is it possible that when he goes on stage, he can do whatever it is he's thinking? It's different, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the role model that can do really good, that could be Steve Jobs, though, because he is a programmer himself, and also he can deliver the best speech also.
Yeah.
And I think he just has art and science together in one person. And it seemed like a lot of people look for this characteristic in this era, because you know, like everyone just come out to be an influencers. They kind of like have to present themselves. They have their own channel on Facebook page, on their YouTube page, and you know, and on TikTok, you know, because they want to be stand out. Like everyone just come out. And yes, and you mentioned is really right about like when a lot of people just enter to the training course and they are trained that you have to stay still like this. You have to
like a robot.
You know,
no emotion.
Yeah, like a robot.
No emotion.
And then you turn to be, let's say like the products that it's kind of more like a mass product that looks similar.
Right.
But for a person who have their own characteristic, and somehow you are weird. I mean, like you're different from other people, for example, but that could be, you know, a craft person that you're just different. And then it will bring a lot of value in yourself.
Right.
And that could be the new trend in this era as well. Yes, public speaking, and you can see the podcast, you know, channel. A lot of people just require their speaking skill nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I was with my niece, and you know, I was just watching her play. I mean, she's 4 years old, but she speaks perfect English, and she loves speaking. It's just like, she goes, "I want to tell you a story, Uncle. I want to tell you a story." I said, "Okay, so
you are
which book are you gonna tell me, right? What story?" She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about this tale." And then she grabbed this math book. Okay, it's a math book, and I'm like, "That's a math book." And then she pretend that she's reading from the math book, and her creativity just flow by, and she just keep talking. Like this types of behavior, like in a person, right? That's matching with someone who's really gonna be good at public speaking, because it's all about memorization and using the ability to create words from it. So like you have like, let's say your cue line, right? So the introduction, you just write an introduction, and then you write in the names that you're going to introduce to all the audience. That's all you need to do. And then you let your mind talk. You don't just do this, okay? Blah 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 blah. That's so like that you're a robot, right? But if you're just like reading the names off, but you're using your own word to express and draw the crowd towards you, right? Then you sound a lot better. Then you become a complete MC. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think at the beginning is everyone was nervous. I would say like even though you call yourself a professional MC or a professional speaker, I still like on every stage,
right.
I'm still nervous. I mean, I'll be honest, but when I don't feel nervous is when I have a lot of time to prepare, and then it's better to have your own script, right. Because sometimes when you are emceeing for some event, and they kind of write the script for you already, and you're supposed to remember, but sometimes it's not your natural words that you normally speak.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why it's need a lot of practice, a lot of time, But when you create your own words, it's going to flow.
Yeah.
And that is could be the level of the professional that, okay, they just give you the agenda and then you just go with the flow and then you just know what to talk
Yeah.
and what not to talk. And you have to be smart enough to solve the problem just right in front of the stage. That something may pop up, maybe it's blacked out, It's really fun to solve your problems and to entertain people and to move to make the event move smoothly.
Right.
And yes, and then a lot of people are supposed to, be able to know, to master this skill nowadays. Because if you don't speak to yourself, you don't sell yourself.
Yeah.
There are a lot of competition during this time, even though, like, for example, if you're good at something but you don't advertise yourself, nobody gonna find you, because a person who can sell themselves better will stand out, and they get more attention and they get more work, and then it end up with more money anyway. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It is more like that. Yes.
Yeah. So this good talk is also a good topic. So why don't we? It's 8 p.m. now. Why don't we cut into songs? We have your list of song here. The next one is Passenger. Let You
Passenger,
Go. Let her
I love
go.
it.
I'm gonna let her go.
Yes. I'm gonna let her go, and then you let her go.
Let her
And
go.
she let you go too.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll play 2 songs, and then when we get back, we'll have more topics for you guys. So don't go anywhere.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Yes. 93 part 25 Relax Time Radio.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. 'Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. Well, you see her when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. 'Cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Oh, 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 no. And you let her go. Oh, 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 no. Will you let her go? when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on.
Hey, welcome back.
To relax time. Yeah, radio. So I was just like, oh, it's so quiet here, so I cannot hear anyone. Yes. So oh, now I can hear myself. Yes,
Yeah.
welcome all of you. Relax time radio now, 93.25 FM, and we are still at home, and we are going to get back to our studio very soon.
Next week.
When was that? Next week.
Yeah.
already.
Starting next Wednesday, we'll be hosting back at the radio show. So better voice quality. And yeah, we can have guests back again. So it's all good.
Yes. New norm. I think I kind of enjoy like the conversation that we have. I mean, it's before we start inviting a lot of guests, and then it's just get back. We just enjoy the music. I kind of like it as well. I mean, like, but it would be really nice to invite a lot of people to come to join our show and to share good information on Relax Time Radio as well. And get back to the topic that we are talking today. So we're talking about the new normal, new norm that you just mentioned about, like the public speaking skill is going to be, the first skill, maybe the important skill that people should learn. Yes.
Oh, you mean what is the most important skill that we should learn?
I mean, for the new norm. I mean, we just mentioned about the new trend topic today.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
okay, so judging from everybody, even myself, I think we're bored. We're all bored. When we're staying home, we're all bored. But we change. We change a lot. And one of it is that we learn to adapt to new things. Kind of like the old things, right? We're not really, we're bored. We always want to go out. We always want to have fun. Go play sports, yoga, classes, gym, whatever you want to call it. And then we're not really close with our parents in terms of, before and now. After COVID happened, it's like we're all stuck together, and then we kind of learn how to appreciate each other because, hey, we're thinking, wow, we're alive. Isn't that grateful? And we look left and right, straight backward. We always see just our family. We don't see anyone else, and that's what we have. And then we learn to adapt with that. Now, after 3 months later, 4 months, 5 months for some people, what happens after? Like, your skill is like, if you don't use your skill, it goes down, right? And you have to develop it up. Luckily for us, we're still able to host. We're still able to express our feelings. And we're still able to, enjoy what we do. And that is the most important thing now when you look at it. Whatever you do, like let's say you pick up public speaking, let's say you pick up MC, let's say you pick up singing, playing instrument. I know you play a flute. That was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say you want to pick up all that, right? Pick a platform and stick to it. Try to don't follow anyone else. Like I'll this is probably maybe a little bit controversial, but won't say names. But I read online the other day, and see if you agree with this. Sorry, they said that if they're able to make a podcast and have random people coming in to join and just speaking to them in a podcast, and then in the end they ask, would you watch or would you listen? That's like an idea, right? So you're tossing an idea out, and the first thing that comes to my mind is like, but why would we watch? Like, you're not paying for me, okay? So if you're paying for, even if you're paying, the platform for you being out there, like every day it's got to be on the first top. So whenever you do a search list, it's always on top. You're paying for that. You're still not. I'm still not gonna watch it because I don't like it. If I don't like it, I'm like, what's this? I won't watch it. So 100 to 1 ratio is maybe like that. They'll click and watch for like 10 seconds. Okay. So my question isn't if I would watch your show. My question is, will you continue to do it even if you don't have people to watch it, right? So it means that means like you gotta do something that you love, man. You can't just do something that there's no one watching, man. Or like I'm playing music. I'm going to Walking Street, for example. I'm gonna play some music. I'll put like a cap in there. Maybe someone will donate some money. And I'm playing, and then all of a sudden, people start walking by. They listen to you. They're like, oh, he's working hard. Here's some money. And some people walk by and be like, oh, you know what? I'm not a type of person to donate to people, so I won't donate. So you tell me, like, can you control everyone to watch, like, say, for example, this show? Can you control them to watch this show? You don't pay for their life. You don't pay for their food. So you can't control them. But instead, do what you like to do, and other people will join you. Other people will follow you. It doesn't matter what. Play a flute, you become an MC, going to the next event, guest speaking somewhere, doesn't matter, right? All I say is, Bhummy, times for when you will shine, because maybe you're a star after all. Little star.
I'm already a star.
little star.
If you follow on my Instagram, you can check the name. But
Bhummy
because
star.
I give to myself.
Yeah.
I just give to myself. It's more like you have to kind of confident enough, and then you affirm to yourself that you like yourself, you feel great about yourself, so you don't need the validation from other people. Like for example, when you mention about like people nowadays, it's very common that they come out and create their own content. They have their own YouTube channel, and they look for the subscriber more. And it doesn't mean the numbers of their fan base. It doesn't really determine how much money can you make until you can turn it into some service or products. You have to have the money, the money solution for your business, for example, if you look at it that way. But if you keep producing the content is supposed to be, just for making a living, but not from your passion or not from your interest, and then you receive for the validation because the number of people who following you is going to determine how well of your business is. So if you don't really love that, and you look for making money only, and maybe if there is nobody, like for example nowadays YouTube, we have the donation aspect that you can get paid, or how many numbers of the viewers, and then you get paid. And if you're not successful with that, if you like it, you're still doing it anyway. It's come from your intentions of making the channel. You're making a channel to marketing for yourself. Maybe you have the specific group. Maybe for example, you have just only 500 people following you, but they are with quality, and then they could be the potential group of person that you can influence them, and that you're successful. But you cannot really target that. Recently I just read a book about selling from Brian Tracy, and it's more like if you target just only the majority, like mass, you're going to, who are you going to focus on, and how you're going to outstanding comparing to, big population. So you have to scope your target down a little bit, and then be able to influence your group, like the potential one. Yes.
Right.
Is better. Yes.
Yeah. So like, I've been telling everyone, well, when they approach me and be like, should I write a book? Things like this. Writing a book, like you can see the cost to make a book, and also the cost for the book when you purchase it. Why does some book so expensive than the other? It's because of ideas, right? So if you're writing a novel, it's always going to be expensive. Novels are going to be expensive because there are a lot of chapters, one, and two is you're creating your own idea. Like, how do you even go to ideas to get all the ideas to write, like J.R. Tolkien or Stephen King? No, all these guys, they got ideas, right? That's why the books are so
Yes.
expensive. Now, if you're gonna write books about how to, it's people are doing that. Like everyone's doing that. Okay, I know how to use a remote
Yes.
control. I'm gonna write a how to. I'm gonna write a book on this. For what? You know, like I'm not
Yes.
gonna waste my time on that
Yes.
because
Yeah.
how to is an how to. But I just see that most of us, what we like when we learn something and we feel like it's special, like, hey, I just learned about this how to like explore my mind a little bit more, and I was able to take whatever I learned and like expand it further. And my teacher didn't teach me that. I learned it myself. So I'm gonna write a book to teach other people. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yes. Yes. I think how to is good. For example, I read a lot of how to book, and especially the technical things. For example, like how to use this and that. But for me, when you mention about like writing the novel is more expensive than the self-help book, for example, like how to books, is because it's very complicated with the idea. You have to visualize, you have to, I mean, you have the plot structure. And sometimes it's very complicated idea,
Yeah.
like the suspicious person or, you know, and
Do you
and
know?
then
Do you know
each
how to do
character,
it? You want to know how to do it?
how to do that.
Okay, so they go to maybe like a room where there's no windows, there's no door, really high, okay? Really high. It has to be like maybe up on 34th floor, so you have to be elevated high. And then you take these drugs called DMT.
Okay.
Yeah. And you just stay there for about 2 days. And the reason why I don't ask you to have a window in the back is that you don't jump off.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you
Yeah, there's
take
a lot of
when you take
information,
certain drugs, this
imagination.
type of drugs, right? You start hallucinating, and you go into a different world. This is from this. I didn't make this up, okay? The writer, the author, kind of gave you a tip on how if you want to be an author, if you want, you cannot just have an idea. Like, it's impossible. I cannot just sit here and be like, I'm gonna write about Alice in Wonderland, and it's gonna have this character. It's gonna have a rabbit. It's gonna have that.
Yes.
Like, what the hell? Like, how do you come up with
They're
that?
supposed to have I mean that could be true. I mean, like if you watch a movie, it's called Beautiful Mind, which Josh Nash, they played the role of Josh Nash, who kind of won the Nobel Prize about the just equilibrium, like in economics as well, like somehow related to the game theory person. And he had hallucination that, you know, he worked too much, but he creates a lot of imagination to think something beyond, because you have to be in the flow. But with meditation, you can get a hallucination too. You don't have to take drugs or any medicines or anything. I mean, like it's some kind of
helps.
the
It
trick
helps.
of it's help with our singers to release their imagination. Sometimes when you're really stressful, you cannot think about anything. I mean, like especially when it's turned to be your profession, and then it's just like, oh, what I'm going to write. I don't know how to write to please other anymore, because you're not in a mood of like artistic, you know, like an artist, like you're not in a mood of tag, something like that.
Right.
And then otherwise you will create something new. But we just telling the things that Peter just know, but we don't encourage anyone who would like to be their author and go take drugs.
Oh,
But this is
no,
I mean,
no.
like yes,
the
I just
author,
like mention
these are professional
about that.
authors. These are
Yes.
professional authors. Like, you wouldn't
Yes.
do that. That's why there's
Yes.
like most of us. Even we have what's his name? We had a few authors that came into
Yes.
like, for example,
Dan, Dawn.
Dawn. We had
and
Dawn. We have so
Terry, yes.
these people, like when we ask them, how did you get your ideas from? Right. So Ken, was it Kenneth? The last one. I don't remember his name now. So anyways, he
Kenneth.
said he
Yeah.
took up meditation, like you said,
Yes.
right? So meditation
Yes.
was able to help him calm down. But remember that he was able to write it because he was traumatized. Okay?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
hallucination and visualization is
Yes.
what you need for your option, to write down
Yes.
whatever stuff, right? So to be able to see something is to be able to put that on screen. Many Japanese
Yes.
artists, like mangas and anime, right? They all have a very high imagination, we call it, right? And
Creativities.
yeah, creative. No, I
would
would say
say.
imagination. Like, how do they
Yes.
come up with a monster that looked like that? For example, how did they come up with a villain that has three horns or like a red eyes? You have to, like, you ask them, like, hey, how do you do it? Like,
Yes.
you start to question, because as a person who watches, and also as a person who plays something, like play a game or something, right? These type of thing, there people are gifted. Like, I'm gonna say, like, to be an MC, to be a news reporter, you have to be gifted, but you can train. You can train yourself to
Yes,
be
you
there.
can train.
Yeah,
Yes.
and some people just don't work. Some people is not.
Yes. Yeah, some people are just gifted, and then they was born with
Yeah.
that. But you can practice also, but it's probably put a lot of hard work, a lot
Right.
of time. But some people who are gifted, and if they don't feel like they just take it for granted, maybe it's
Right.
lose some time because they don't practice. And like the rabbit and a total, remember the pai and pao, like the it's kind of the cliche story when you were young that the rabbit is can walk faster than the turtle, and then but rabbit think that okay, turtle cannot walk further like quicker than the rabbit, and then he just slept, and then the turtle just keep walking, and then he won. And at the end, it is because you don't. Sometimes when you are gifted and then you take advantages of it and don't use it, take it for granted, and it's
Right.
going to lose. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
yes, and then I think like if you're gifted and then you're diligent, and then you're going to have a beautiful, like the bright future for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a story that I'll tell, that this happened just recently, about 2 weeks ago. And I visited one of my friend who just recovered from overdosing with drugs.
Okay.
And he's a doctor, and he have a good record. Okay, he doesn't drink alcohol, he doesn't do any drugs. Okay, but he's diagnosed with drugs, and he was in a coma. Okay, so yeah, I had to visit him because that's something dangerous. So he told me
Yes.
that he's actually gonna go and become a monk for a month, doing this. The beginning of Vasa is coming, Kalpansa. So he's gonna be a monk. So
Kalpansa, yes.
I was happy for him. I said, why did you choose to become a monk all of a sudden? Because you have such a good life, and you disbelieve in a lot of things. So he tells me this. I had some sort of donut, and the person who gave it to me didn't tell me that there was some sort of drugs inside too.
Yes.
And that's why this type of thing, right, to some people it can cause hallucination. So you know what he told me? He said he started feeling weak, tired, and he was gonna pass out. So when he passed out, it was the time when he went to the hospital. Okay, and then he said everything looks so real. I was floating. Looks like I'm floating up somewhere. Okay, looked like I'm going to heaven or something, right? And then I'm looking at my big house, and I'm trying to, like, hey, this is my house, go give me my
Yes.
house. And then, like, oh, it's my Mercedes Benz. Give me my Mercedes Benz. He can't take it with him.
Well, yes. I mean, drugs make you crazy. Even like alcohol is good, but if overdose is not good, because I don't know. It's probably when you are really spiritual, you try to be conscious, and that is the main thing that you have been practicing.
Yes. Well,
And as it's hard.
yeah.
to,
Well,
to
yeah,
be
it's very
conscious.
it's very hard because we're not unplugged. We're not
Yes.
like, we're plugged in right now. That's why it's very hard to be aware, to have conscious for everything we
Yes.
do, right? Unless we're at the temple, it's a different story.
Yes.
So
Yes.
to end the story, I said that's like something that I would watch in a movie, whatever you told me there, right? So it's why, like, I know, because the type of things that people do to actually get on the big screen, you have to be really, really crazy. Like you have to be really crazy.
To be on the screen.
Yeah, to be
You have
like,
to
yeah, to be on
be
screen.
super confident, you know, like some like the supermodel, they can look at the camera and turn, you know, and then oh, I'm beautiful, for example. But yeah, you need a lot
Yeah.
of
All I'm
confidence.
saying is that you don't have to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever is necessary to make you you know, calm your nerve down, right? Like everybody is
Mm-hmm.
nervous, Bhummy, you go on stage, you're nervous. You're a human
Oh, very
being.
nervous.
Hello.
I'm human.
Yeah. So like
I
you
think
can see.
nervous is
Yeah.
good. I mean, it mean I care.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
but
like,
but you can see, right? Many K-pop, right? Justin
Mm-hmm.
Bieber, whatever. They all do some sort of inhale, like
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a drug that calms them down. And if they don't do it, they
Mm-hmm.
just throw up on stage. That's how it is, you know. So
yes, in Thailand we will grab вети. We will pay respect to the venue. Come on. Seriously, I mean, like when you do Muay Thai, you have to wipe
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
You have to pay respect to your teacher who gives you all of these skills, for
Yeah,
example.
right.
And then the stage is where you're going to perform. And we believe that in Thailand, for the listener who are foreigner, we believe that on the stage we have the God to protect the stage as well.
Yeah.
So that why to perform on that, to break the leg, you have to pay respect
Yeah, sure.
to the spirit there.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah. You know, being conscious and being aware of things can help you a lot, and it just calms down. Like I was driving and all of a sudden somebody cut me off. I got angry. I just got angry, and then I'm like thinking, wait, back to reality. Why did I just get angry? Then I calmed down. So that's awareness, right? So I didn't
Yes.
escalate my anger to go up. I just kind
Yes.
of know it, and I said, this is not
Yeah.
a good mood. So calm down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop it right there. But sometimes when you get angry and you know that this is not good, and then you just sabotage yourself, that why I have to get to be angry, this angry, I'm not a good person. But I think just don't exaggerate the situation. You just follow when you're angry, and then you have to angry first, and after that, you know, okay, I'm angry. But
Yeah.
you cannot like stop at the beginning
Yeah.
to realize that you are angry. I mean,
Yeah.
I listen to the podcast of the monk quite often. I mean, monks
good. I
these
like
days,
it. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Monks these days use technology,
Yeah.
even better, like advanced than I wish I used.
If that training, right, the training that they go through, like years
Yes.
after years, and I understand now, like
Mm-hmm.
why is it that whenever we go to enroll in meditation camp, right, why is it that we have to go to step one, even though like we left and we come back 3 months later, step one all the time? Why? It's, you know, like the sensei, I call him sensei, he always tell me, he said that because your mind resets, so you have to go back into the beginning and
Yes.
carry that up. That's why they ask for 3 nights, which is 4 days, right? Otherwise you're not locked in, so you unplug and you're watching what's trending on the world right now, and you're listening to music, and what they want you to do is no music in the mind, just
Yes.
your consciousness, just your thought about, like, I'm picking up glasses, I'm speaking to you.
I'm chewing, I'm
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah. So
I
imagine,
think it's good.
yeah,
Yes.
imagine that you go on stage like that. If you can just unplug everything, you're like, all right, I'm on stage. Yeah.
Sometimes we kind of like go with the flow, and then it's just like, oh, where is my consciousness? So because
the flow.
sometimes it's very hustling that behind the scene, you know, and then you know, like when we work backstage, and sometimes things doesn't really smooth as the way that we present toward the audiences, and that is something that is very unique about working on a stage, because you cannot have a backup. I mean, but did you have to help yourself?
You should have a backup though, right? When you make a
have to have,
mistake.
like, I mean, like you look as sometimes, you know, sometimes it have to be you. I mean, like
Yeah.
if there is something wrong, everyone will blame on you first, and then you have to be really confident,
Yeah.
and then okay, I take it. This is my responsibility, and then I take it. It's okay. Just blame everything on me, and that should be fine.
Yeah.
But, and I
Go ahead.
Yes, I
Finish
think
up.
it's just like no. I just think this is the beautiful things about being MC. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
because you solve the problems, and then if you kind of like fulfill the organizer happy, the customer of organizer happy, and then you're happy, and then it's mean your success. You succeed in something
Yeah.
in your career. Yes, and you have more confidence later on. It's like a cycle.
Yeah. Like confidence is built up too, right? When you wake up
Yes.
when you wake up, okay, and then you're getting dressed, and then you look in the mirror. Can I wear this outside? That's confident. So if you think about like I don't look good right now, I don't look good today,
Yeah.
your confidence is gonna drop. So
Yes.
mirrors are everywhere in the house, and you know why we don't put mirrors in the temple?
Because we
lacks
check
con-
ourselves all the time.
you don't, yeah, otherwise you're just gonna look at yourself. Exactly, right? So
Yes.
you're not supposed to look at yourself, you're supposed to be confident in who you are wherever you go, and that's a good teaching. Buddhism has very good teaching, I'll tell you. Hey,
Yeah.
let's play the rest of the song that you have.
Yes.
Okay, so take a short break.
What do we have?
No surprise.
No surprise.
From
Here's surprise. I
Radiohead.
mean, another one is what?
And Adam Levine, Lost Stars.
Oh, from the favorite movie. We talked about that
sure.
too. Yes.
All right, so we'll play these two songs. Otherwise,
Are we coming
don't go
back?
anywhere. We'll be right back
Yes.
with
Don't
Relax
go to
Time Radio.
anywhere. Yes. This Bhummy and Peter. Enjoy the music.
Full of black
Just a boy caught up in dreams and fantasies. Please see me reaching out for someone I can see. Take my hand, let's see where we wake up tomorrow. Best laid plans, sometimes it's just a one night stand. I'll be damned, Cupid's demanding back his arrow. So let's get drunk on our Tuesday. God, tell us the reason get this wasted on the young. It's hunting season and the lambs are on the run, searching for meaning. But are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark? Who are we? Just a speck of dust within the galaxy. Woe is me if we're not careful, it turns into reality. But don't you dare let our best memories bring you sorrow. Yesterday I saw a lion kiss a deer. Turn the page, maybe we'll find a brand new ending where we're dancing in our Tuesday. God, tell us the reason you're just wasted on the young. It's hunting season and the lambs are on the run, searching for meaning. But are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark? And I thought I saw you out there crying. And I thought I heard you call my name. Yeah, yeah. And I thought I heard you out there crying. Oh, just the same. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. God, and give us the reason you just wasted on the young. It's such a season and this man is on the run, searching for meaning. But are we all lost stars trying to light up this dark? And I thought I saw you out there crying. And I thought I heard you call my name. And I thought I heard you out there crying. Oh, but are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark? But are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark?
Hello, welcome back to the last session of Relax Time Radio with DJ Bhummy and DJ Rams.
Hey, welcome back. We are at the
Welcome back,
last
everyone,
segment
yes.
of the show. And, yes,
I think
always been
time
intense
flies
topic.
always. Yes.
I'm playing,
Mm-hmm.
what is that called? Phone tag with Tom, the
Uh-huh.
program coordinator. I
Okay.
called him and he called back, and then I call him again and he called back. It's always been like that.
Back and forth, like a ping
Back and
pong.
forth. Yeah, don't you hate that? One's busy, I'm busy also. I'm like, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Call me when you're free, like absolutely free, not when you got like 5 minutes of your time. You know, just
Yeah.
when you're free.
Yes. It's really difficult nowadays though for me to call a person. Normally I would text them first, like if they are free. Like when I talk to you also, like, hey, are you free to talk now? Something like that. Because because you don't really know. I mean, like when I talk, I don't like, leaving one message and then go and do something, and I go do something else. I
Yeah.
mean, just want to end the conversation, like what, when, where, why, when, how, and then done. Something
Yeah.
like that. Yes.
Yeah, it's one thing.
Easy.
I think when we kind of just train ourselves to let other people know that their time is valuable. So if I'm gonna talk to someone, I'm always like, hey, are you free? You have like 5 minutes of your time. First I'll say like, hey, how are you doing, right? Are you free? You got like 5 minutes of your time. I need to talk to you about something. Like things like that can help other people boost up confidence too, that hey, my time is very valuable, even though like I can't be just working and not doing anything, or I might just be reading a book. That's some people are like, why are you reading a book? It's time. It's valuable, man. Hey, dude, if you can pick up a skill of reading, then it's crazy. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, just in the way of the communications, and you kind of, you value your time, you value other people's time. I mean, like and then you won't say with it. I mean, you don't drag. I don't know. I prefer like short conversation, but know what's going on, and then because that's why I can't fit in something else, because I have a lot of activities, as you know, and then yes, and time is valuable and is equal to life, because we are dying every day,
Right.
like time ups every day, for example.
Everyone's busy. If you're gonna go into talking to them, especially it could be anything. It's something that people will appreciate you more. Yeah. So like we learn a lot, and it's time to take a good example and not just like do things that we always like music. I listen to it all the time. Walk somewhere, put on my headset, listen to some music. It's good, but sometimes we do too much of that because we're so comfortable. We
Yes.
all the students now, it's just crazy playing games, and their parents are like, they don't want to go learn now, they want to just play games.
Or
so they-
especially online students.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I went back. Yes. I mean, what did you say?
Online is like the most boring thing ever for them.
Oh,
It's like they're
I
looking
agree
they're
with
looking at you, and it's like sometimes it's they're they don't want to do something else, because it's like I don't want him to look at me bad, so I'm just sitting there like this, but I'm bored. And other people who
Yeah,
don't care, they
students
just
could
like
say
look
that
at the phone.
too.
They just look at the phone, or some people just being like listening and doing something else at the same time. Yeah.
Yes. So that's why you get to learn public speaking through the video. I mean, through the camera. Yeah. Public speaking through the camera, not just only in the room, in the live room. Yes. And I just went back to Lamphun. I just met my friends, and she has 2 kids. And then both of them, one in international school and another one in like Thai school. And then the system is totally different. And, like the term, the period of time that I have to go to school is different. And then she's gone crazy because the students, her kids cannot manage to be on computer all the time. And now she's just like, okay, I have to get involved with the courses. I mean, like all the structure that she needs to learn. So 2 kids, 2 schools, and then she's gone crazy. She's like, oh, I have to work and have to learn all of this. And she hopes that the school will be open very soon. I mean, to the normal way. Yes. And we talk about, another thing that I can think of. We talk about time. And I just read another book of Brian Tracy. Maybe you have heard about this book before. It's called Eat That Frog. Have you heard? กินกบตัวนั้นซะ
Eat that frog.
Do you eat frog normally?
I don't eat frog, no.
Okay. French actually eat frogs a lot.
Yeah.
And it's
Sure.
and Lana people too. We have แกงเผ็ดกบ ผัดเผ็ดกบ. I mean, like people back there, they live in the rice field and then catch their frogs to eat. But eat that frog normally people nowadays they don't eat anymore. Some of them don't eat anymore, and like the frog skin look not very cute, not narak. And then yes, it's something that we try to avoid. And if you heard of the story of เจ้าชายกบ like if a girl like kissed the frog and then the frog returned to be the prince, and then she going to get married with the prince, and then she end up her life happily ever after. Do you believe that, like if you kiss the frog and then the frog return to be the prince? Do you think so? No.
Well, there's so many different sides to that.
Yes.
I think we need to change a few things that we tell kids. We all grow up with our own history, right? That's why the word knowledge is power, right? So my knowledge is powerful, and your knowledge is could be powerful, could be very powerful. And you know why we say it's powerful? Because we can have an argument. I can disagree with you because I know about something else. Yeah. So about this, I recently came up with someone who to talk to me about like the beast. Like for example, Beauty and the Beast. The moral of the story is that the guy doesn't have to be a pretty guy.
Yes.
He could be a beast, right? So I married a beast.
And you're just nice to him, and then he returned to be a beautiful man.
Yeah, he returned to be a beautiful man, right? So the beast could represent many things if you study symbolic, and symbolic is everywhere, everywhere, even in movies, in songs, in everything. And symbolic is when we see it, we get attached to it, because I know Thai people do have beliefs in there. They call it the black magic. Yeah, that's why some songs that we are so we listen to it, we're like, wow, it's very catchy. I like that, So everything that you see is not what is meant to be seen. It's not skill. Sometimes it's magic. That's why
it's magic.
Sometimes it's
black
magic. Same
supposed to
thing.
be black or white magic, but for this book, I mean, white magic is more like is better. Probably, I don't know any magic. I mean, and then we'll be talking about the frog, like eat that frog. Like most of people will think that the frog is disgusting, and then you don't believe that if you're going to kiss, if you tell your kids that okay, kiss. If you could not find a boyfriend, you just go kiss the frogs at the story. The Disney movie tell you. But actually, frogs in this book means the big task that you think is really difficult to accomplish. And he mentioned that it's better to do, if you have like a lot of things to do something that's difficult first. Tracy just said that, because when you finish all the difficult tasks, the big tasks, you feel release, and other like small tasks will be easy for you because you have passed some difficulty before.
Right.
And then and then he just compare the difficult task like with the frog. If we kiss it, it's going to be the prince. But if we do the difficult task, the big task that kind of like heavy in our heart, and then we finish it, and then it's more like we got the prince for real. I mean, it is a presence that we can have in life, for example. So I think, I mean, sometimes we cannot really prioritize our time with many tasks in life, and then yes, and this is kind of be the tool or the trick that okay, do the difficult things first, and then
kiss the frog first.
The rest will be fine.
Kiss the frog first.
Kiss the frog first. If you don't, I mean, like if you don't want to kiss him, you just kill him first. I mean, you finish him anyway, but you're not going to get the prince. I mean, but we have to keep the precept, man, and then we don't kill anymore.
Yeah, sure.
So we kiss and give a lot of love to the task that we work, and then it's going to pay you back later. So any obstacle in your life is going to be your lesson, and it's going to be the stair for you to walk up to reach the higher stage in your life, and you're going to be successful. That is what I believe.
Yeah. Okay, so 8:56. Good story.
Kiss
Bhummy.
that frog.
Yeah. Go kiss that frog. When I got a frog.
Yes, go
Yeah.
kiss that frog.
I only have this thing. I'm gonna kiss it.
Okay. Yes, if you don't know what to do, relax yourself a little bit, looking for the frog, because during this time it's rainy season. If you
Yeah.
can hear the
Right.
frog's noise, it's like oh 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 oh. It could
So
be
many
a
outside.
nice sound. Yes, for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right. We're coming back again on Wednesday night next week and the studio. Wow.
Yeah. Back at the
tonight.
studio.
Yes.
Okay,
We
so-
still have some song left.
Yeah, we got a song. Well, you have given me all the songs. So the last song I'm gonna
Okay.
put some Blackpink up with Dua Lipa. That's a new one. Kiss and Make Up.
Aw. Kiss. Oh, because of the kiss.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
you can kiss the frog, but make up,
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Blackpink is coming back on the 26th, and I'm waiting for that. And then next week, we're going to discuss more about that, probably. Okay, today I hope to say good night for everyone, and good night, Peter. It's nice to hosting the radio show with you as always.
See you later, guys. Have a good night.
ค่ะ
Take care.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
Losing all my control, and I'm tired of talking. Feel myself saying the same old things, but this love's important. Don't wanna lose you this way. Feeling we about to break up. Just wanna kiss and make up one last time. Touch me like you touch nobody. Put your hands all up on me. Tired of hearing sorry. Kiss and make up. How about we leave this party? 'Cause all I want is you up on me. Tired of hearing sorry. Kiss and make up. 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 아직 너를 못 떠나고 뭘 하고 있는 건지 언젠가는 끝날 걸 알지만 고장난 우리를 다시 고쳐볼 수는 없을지 아무런 말도 넌 하지마 마지막은 없어. Feeling we about to break up. Just wanna kiss and make up one last time. Touch me like you touch nobody. Put your hands all up on me. Tired of hearing sorry. Kiss and make up. How about we leave this party? 'Cause all I want is you up on me. Tired of hearing sorry. Kiss and make up. 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 뭐가 되건 다 필요 없으면 됐어. So tell me, can we work this whole thing out? Work this whole thing out. 날 처음